it's too hard for us. It's too much for us.
Okay, I'm joined now to discuss this story by Tarafa Baghajati, who's the chairman of the Austrian Muslim Initiative. Welcome, Tarafa. First of all, I'd like to get your reaction to these attacks in Innsbruck.
First of all, good evening, and we are very concerned. We condemn every single act such like that of sexual harassment. That means there is no excuse at all, and harsh penalties. But at the same time, we are concerned about the whole atmosphere in the country. The linkage between these issues and the total amount of refugees here in the country is very complicated issue. We cannot take these matters and put all those people, or refugees, or people with black skin, or whatever, or all Muslims, under a general suspicion and say, we cannot manage it. We can manage it. And those terrible matters, we condemn them. We have to follow them. It's the same if those harassment from white people, black people, Muslims, Christian, Jews, Buddhists, or whatever. This is the issue. That means our problem is to project all those matters on the refugees or on migrants or black-haired or Muslims.
It's interesting you should say that about the possible overreaction. Let's just have a listen to what a member of the Freedom Party in Austria said in an interview given to RT.
We need better law enforcement in the field of asylum and migrants. We need to deport with third countries, that they take back their citizens. That's what we need, because we know from the statistics in Austria, we know from the Ministry of Internal Affairs that 90% of the asylum seekers who are not granted asylum remain in the country, and that's a big problem.
So that was Barbara Kappel from the Freedom Party of Austria suggesting there that there should be agreements in place to send immigrants back. Given that the enforcement agencies are struggling to ensure security, what do you think of that suggestion? And if you don't like it, what alternatives would you suggest?
It's not the matter of if I like it or not, but this is a populist issue. To say we send the people back is very easy. But if you want to deal with this, if the countries of the origin do not take the people back, then this is just a populist vocabulary and it doesn't bring anything. I was yesterday with hundreds of people, of Syrian refugees and Iraqi refugees and others, all of them for freedom. Another problem, and I invited myself, even the Freedom Party themselves, to go and meet those people. They even do not want that. They are just playing on the emotional issue with a right, far right vocabulary to make these matters as the issue of the state. And it is not in this state. We can manage it. The challenges are very big, and we have to work it. And we do not defend anybody. If anybody make any crime, any harsh penalties, no problem with that at all. It's not just to say all other thousands of those people could be also criminal or could harass our white women. This is the problem. And with this issue, we know the social cohesion here in this country is very important, and in Europe. And we know we should take the way of to still open, to react as a state of the law, and not to go in a populist matter which doesn't bring any solution.
Tarafa, a lot of measures have been introduced in Europe after what happened in Cologne last year. We've seen sexual education for migrants, lots of rape alarms being handed out, brochures on etiquette, all kinds of lessons, including language lessons. It doesn't seem as though there is an improvement in the situation. Why are these measures not?
I think they are working. The people who come and make those criminal attacks are the people who are anyhow misusing the system. But the others, the main amount of the people who are coming are respecting the people, are very worried about that. They are even ask themselves why the people are speaking about that, about us in such a way. That means, yes, the matters, those lessons, having intercultural talk between the people, take the people to churches, let them speak with the others, let them dance and make music and also produce their culture is working, and we have many. The problem is if we are just concentrating ourselves about the negative issues in the society.
Tarafa, I'll just have to jump in there, I'm afraid. It's been very interesting to get your thoughts, though. We have to push on. Tarafa Baghajati is our guest, chairman of the Austrian Muslim Initiative. Many thanks, Tarafa.
Thank you also.
Now, another small city in Austria that has witnessed a local wine and beer festival in September of last year, there was a series of assaults committed by Afghan miners. Following that incident, a curfew was imposed on young migrants by the authorities. The town's mayor, Andreas Rabel, explained the motivation behind that decision.
We had the problem that female visitors of the festival were victims of sexual assaults. Their abusers were refugees from Afghanistan, and these refugees were in the age between 15